We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I've just been talking and talking. Nobody could hear me. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining, everyone. We would like to call the South Development Authority meeting December 17th. It's our last meeting. So happy holidays, everyone. I decided to be a little festive. My red cap, my green jacket, and my comb. So welcome to our meeting. See a lot of faces on, so great to see everybody this morning on our Zoom meeting. Agenda after minutes from last meeting.
Madam Chair, before we go through the agenda, I think Dan has something that he needs added to the agenda. So if we want to let Dan speak to what needs to be added, and then we will adopt the agenda and then go forth with the agenda.
This won't take but a minute. We adopted back in July, and there may have been other occasions, a resolution making the determinations necessary to have virtual meetings. Since then, we got another COVID variant, Omicron. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. So I would suggest that the board just take a quick vote on a simple resolution finding that the emergency conditions involving public safety and the preservation of property and public services exist and necessitate meeting virtually and include the existence of the Omicron variant of COVID. Just that one long sentence there. So all that's necessary, if it meets the board's pleasure, is to say so moved and somebody second, and then a vote, and then we can put it in the minutes and go on with the meeting.
So move. Don Winbush.
Thank you.
Seconded, John Perlman.
Thank you.
I think we lost the chairwoman. Don, do you want to go ahead and carry the vote on that? You're muted, Don.
All right.
We have, but thank goodness for second and third devices, right?
Oh, there she goes. Yeah.
Okay, thank goodness for second and third devices.
And we can hear you much better now.
Okay, awesome. Again, I think when I went off, Dan had something for us.
Well,
Yes, ma'am.
to repeat, there's been a motion made and seconded to adopt a resolution declaring that emergency conditions related to public safety, the preservation of property or public services exist and necessitate meeting virtually, and that those conditions include the existence of the Omicron variant of COVID. So made and seconded, and if the chair pleases, then you can call for a vote, and if it passes, we're done with that.
Okay, thank you, Dan. I'll certainly go ahead and call for the vote for the motion. If I could get our board to raise their hand, all in favor?
Andre says yes.
That's a yes for everyone, Madam Chair. It passes
All right.
unanimously.
Okay. All right. It has been. Dan, you had something?
Just saying thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. It has been moved and properly second.
And that motion carried, ma'am, unanimously.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
The next item is the approval of the minutes. If we could have a vote to move that to the.
All right. It has been. Dan, you had something?
Just saying thank you.
That was me. My apologies. May we have if we could get a motion to move that to the January meeting, we'll have the November and the December minutes on the January meeting.
Okay, we could get a motion from my board members.
So moved, Don Winbush.
Seconded, John Perlman. Don, we got a team going here today.
Hey.
I'm telling, that's awesome. So it has been moved and properly second to move the November, December meetings to notes to January 2022. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Madam Chair, that was unanimous.
All right, and next on our agenda, Chris.
The next item we have is the resolution inducement resolution from Project Savior, also known as Spread the Word Ministry. I'm going to toss this over to Dan to give some perspective and background. There are representatives from the project in the call this morning, and if it pleases the chair and the board, we can allow them to answer any questions that the members of the board might have.
Absolutely, we're fine with that.
Okay.
So I can tee this up if you like. On our agenda this morning is another short resolution. Enjoy this. When we start doing transactions, our resolutions won't be short, but this one is. Back in July at our meeting, we adopted an inducement resolution for Spread the Word Ministries having to do with tax exempt bonds for their project. As is normal, there were some dates to be met, and I believe nothing, at least with me, nothing gets done without a deadline, so I like to include them. But you have to be flexible. So we have received a request from the nonprofit to do nothing other than to extend the dates that are allowed for certain actions. And we would do that by approving a replacement letter of intent. Our July resolution approved a letter of intent. There's a new letter of intent in your package. It's the same as the other one, except that there are changes in dates so that the date allowed for the actual issuance of the bonds is pushed to the end of next year. So it's 12/31/2022. There's a provision that this letter of intent supersedes the existing one. And we allow through the end of this year, 12/31/2021, for the new LOI to be signed and returned. It's as simple as that. All we're doing is extending a deadline. And this would be a good point in time to ask the representatives of the nonprofit to give us a quick update and let us know what's going on.
So, Madam Chair, we have Michael Williams, who's the attorney for the project. He is on the call.
Hi,
Good morning, Attorney Williams.
And welcome
Yeah.
back.
I hope you can hear me well. I'm in my car driving, getting ready for the holidays. So thank you all for allowing us to be present and considering the extension. The Spread the Word Ministries Church is working on getting the financing in place, as well as getting all the designs put together, and it's taking a little more time. And so we just humbly request that we get a little an extension through the end of next year to get everything in place so we can move the project forward.
We talked about it briefly this morning. Christopher spoke with the board members, so we're aware of the extension through next year. And Christopher, are we just going to ask for a motion to move that, approve that?
Yes, ma'am, you would entertain a motion to approve the new resolution. And if the board has any questions for the project team, they certainly are free to ask questions if they have any.
Board, I will leave it open. I will open up the floor for our board members.
have no issues with an extension. You know, it takes time to pull these deals together. So I'm in favor of giving them what they're requesting.
My only question is, this does not change the scope of the project, however, correct?
No, sir. Okay.
Dan, I think you were breaking up.
I just wanted to say, from a legal perspective, the documents are exactly the same, so there's no change in scope or anything, just the date. And Attorney Williams has just confirmed that from the nonprofit's point of view.
Okay.
Madam Chair, I think it might be helpful just for the people who are on the call, because we do have a lot of folks on the call, maybe to give a little background on the project, just for the purposes of having it recorded in the minutes, and so that the public is aware of what's going on. Attorney Williams, I'm not sure if you're prepared to just give some insight on the project.
Sure. So the project will be a 3-building multi-family housing development, primarily for seniors. It will be located on Washington Road. We're looking at building about 250 units. And, you know, we had done a feasibility study last year, and, you know, as most folks will know, you know, there's a significant need for more housing, primarily more housing for seniors in the South Fulton area. And so our organization, got the, inspiration to go ahead and put the project together, and we've enjoyed a great deal of support from the community and from the
Hold one sec, please.
city, and look forward.
Attorney Williams, I think you're in a bad location. You're breaking up pretty bad.
Williams.
Yeah, I think
You'll get that signal.
we can hear you now.
Okay, I apologize. I don't know where I left off, but the bottom line is it's a 3-building, 250 unit senior housing development that will be located on Washington Road.
Okay. All right, Madam Chair, you're on mute.
Thank you, Attorney Williams, for that update on the project. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and entertain a motion for the extension of the resolution.
I so move. Winbush.
Don, were you doing the motion for the extension?
Yes, yes. I move for the extension of the LOI deadline.
Have a second. Mr. White, Mr. St. James. Y'all with us?
I am. I'm sorry. I couldn't figure out how to unmute. I'm with you.
You second the motion, Andre?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Thank you. Okay, it has been moved and second to extend the resolution. All right. Until December 31st, 2021.
2022.
2022, oh my goodness. 21 is gone. Thank you for that. All right, Mr. Pike.
You want to call a vote on
Good.
that,
Oh, yeah, we do need to vote.
please?
I apologize for that. All right, so let's have a vote on it. All in favor? The resolution being extended?
Aye.
All right, Madam Chair, that carries unanimously.
All right, thank you for that. And next on our agenda would be our budget discussion.
Yes, ma'am. Let me pull this up real quickly.
Before we go into the budget, Mr. Pike, we do have a couple of guests I do want to acknowledge on the call today.
Yes, ma'am.
We have Councilwoman Gilliard. Thank you for joining again this meeting. And we also have Council-elect J.C. Sebastian. And I wanted to welcome him to the call as well and give them an opportunity to greet everyone on the call today.
Hi, everyone. I'm happy to be here and I'm looking forward to learning a lot about the authority. This is my second meeting, so I'm just listening and I probably will have some questions later on. So thank you and thanks.
Thank you for joining.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning, everyone. Glad to be here. It's my first meeting, first of many to come, because this is a topic that I'm very much interested in. So thank you, everyone, for your service, and I'm looking forward to working with each and every one of you.
Thank you, and we're looking forward to working with you as well. And so thank you for taking time out of your busy day to join us. And I will turn it over to Mr. Pike.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. As you will remember, the activating resolution that created the Downtown Development Authority for the City of South Fulton had an allocation of $150,000 to help get the authority up and running. This will be an allocation that will be in the city's budget for the next 5 years. This is year one of that. Obviously, we want to make sure that we have a budget that speaks to that money and what we want to anticipate doing over the course of this year. And so this is just a preliminary budget. We're not going to ask the board to vote on this today. We'll do this in the January meeting, but just wanted to get this in front of you all for discussion purposes and to get feedback from the board about some of the things that they want to accomplish and how do we do that with the funding. One of the things that, quite frankly, that we'll be spending this year doing is a lot of planning. So the bulk of the money is in professional services for the purposes of us putting together plans to kind of help determine what the DDA wants to do over the course of the next several years. And so that will be coming out of professional services. But there'll also be some travel and training that the board will need to do as well. And so we've allocated funding for that and also for membership dues and just incidental office supplies and food for when and if we ever go back to in-person meetings and other events that the DDA may host and sponsor. So it's pretty simple budget for the most part. There's not a lot of moving pieces to it right now for this year. Like I said, we're in the planning process, but we want to make sure that we do have some actionable items with this $150,000 that we've been allocated by the city. So with that, I'll answer any questions that you all may have. If there's adjustments that we may need to make. Like I said, we're not going to vote on this today. We'll do it in January. So this will give you an opportunity between now and January to provide feedback. You all have a copy of this in your email. So if you don't have questions today, if you have something that comes up between now and the next meeting, please feel free to just shoot me an email. We can have a discussion about it.
Hey, Mr. Pike, I have a question on the advertising.
Yes, sir.
Would this allow us to, for example, promote the Development Authority and the fact that we're open for business in things like the Atlanta Business Chronicle special sections when they do South Side reports or special city reports. Will that cover that kind of opportunity?
Yes, sir. It certainly will. And what we would do is at our meetings, bring those back before the DDA for consideration. And so that would be basically how that would work. When these, usually what happens is they'll email me a couple of months advance before when the publication is coming out. We could put that on the agenda for the DDA to consider, and then they can vote up and down whether or not that's something they want to participate in.
Thank you.
Christopher, so you had an opportunity to meet with your new committee already on the budget?
No, we did not.
Okay. All right, are there any questions, any further questions or comments about the budget? All right, if not, we're going to move ahead with the meeting. And next on our agenda is our inducement resolution for Project Savior.
Madam Chair, we've already handled that agenda item.
Okay, is that when my phone went out?
Yes, ma'am.
Probably, computer went out. Okay. All right, next.
Madam Chair, I'm sorry to interrupt. This is Andre.
Hi.
I had double booked an appointment. I mentioned to Mr. Pike earlier. I wanted to make the earlier part for some of the resolutions that we had, but I would need to drop off at this point. And I apologize to everyone for interrupting and leaving, but I will check in with Mr. Pike after the fact for anything that I may have missed and need to be involved in post meeting.
All right, and thank you for joining.
Yes, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Next on our agenda is our economic development updates. And from the Main Street Project, do we have Caitlin on today?
No, ma'am. Caitlin's actually on vacation.
Okay.
So she's out of town, but I do have some updates for the Red Oak Main Street Board to provide, or the Main Street program to provide to the DDA.
All right.
The first thing that we want to report is that the Red Oak Main Street Board and bylaws and resolution was adopted by the mayor and council at their meeting on Tuesday. So we have an official Main Street Advisory Board and a resolution designating the Main Street program. That's important because we need that to send the DCA to be recognized and start our accreditation process for our Main Street programs. So that will help really bring more life to what's going on in these two districts. So we're excited about that and excited about moving that forward and working on our accreditation over the next 12 months. The other thing, some interesting things that are going on. We had given an update about the Courtney Project. That's the mixed-use development that's on Yates Road that was rezoned by the mayor and council. That project is slated to be delivered in 2023. They hope to break ground in first quarter of 2022. And so we are excited about that because that will be an investment in the Red Oak community, which is an area that could use some new investment. And so these will be kind of an urban farmhouse type townhome development, and it's a 55 plus community, and there'll be small retail components to it as well, kind of convenient type retail that will be part of that development. So we're excited to break ground on that. We will definitely notify the members of the DDA so that they could be in attendance for that as soon as that groundbreaking is scheduled. But again, we anticipate that happening in the first quarter of 22. Some of the more fun things that's going on in Red Oak is there is, I'm getting an echo. There is right now currently going on a storefront decorating contest that is sponsored in conjunction with our Convention and Visitors Bureau to promote holiday decorating in the 2 commercial corridors. So far, we've had about 6 to 8 businesses participate in the Red Oak area, and voting goes until December the 21st. So you can go on social media on the Red Oak social media pages, vote for the storefronts that you like, and the winner will receive a $1,000 cash prize for their participation. So we wanted to encourage people to decorate for the holidays. So far, we've had about 400 people vote in the storefront competition. So the community is getting engaged. The businesses are getting their clients engaged as well. So that's pretty exciting. Also, this past weekend, the Red Oak Main Street program hosted a holiday scavenger hunt. This was a great opportunity. We had 20 teams of 4 that participated in this scavenger hunt. And what we did was had different areas throughout Red Oak that the hunters had to go and get clues for the next location. But it was an opportunity for us to engage residents to understand what businesses are in Red Oak, because a lot of times, folks don't necessarily know what businesses are in the area. And so they were able to explore some areas and some businesses that they may not have been familiar with, and also some of our endangered landmarks that are also in the historic district. So we wanted to raise awareness about preservation of some of our assets. And so we were also able to introduce some of the participants to some of our historic assets that could use some TLC. And so we're excited about what's going on in the Red Oak Main Street District, and look forward to some more future things to come. And we will keep you all updated when there's opportunities for the DDA to get plugged in with what's going on in those areas. With that, that concludes my report, Madam Chair. You're on mute again, ma'am.
I tell you, when you said the echo, I said, let me mute just in case. But if you're not following the Red Oak District and the things that Caitlin is getting done over there, you're missing out on a treat. They're having a lot of fun. I did get an opportunity to see I think it was on IG, the scavenger hunt, and a lot of excitement from the community about the things that are happening over there. So really great job. Really good to see that excitement over in Red Oak. So thank you for that update. I think there was a question about that. What about LaJardin Village? Is that in Red Oak? Now you're on mute.
Yeah, now I'm on mute. That is not in Red Oak. That is in District 4.
Okay.
And we are not, that's not on our agenda to discuss today. So that we won't be talking about that project at this time.
Okay, and there was another question in the chat. Who's the builder developing for the project, and what other comparable projects have they completed? So if we could get Attorney Williams, if he's still on, to maybe put his information, or you could put his information in the chat.
Yep.
So that they could contact his office with those questions.
Yeah, we will get to the comments in the chat.
Okay. All right. Next would be our Old National District. And I think Teresa's on the call, right?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Everyone. I had put together a little slideshow to kind of show the events and activity that is going on in the district. Mr. Pike, do I have the option to share my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm excited to also announce, along with the Main Street Board approval, the LCI for Old National has been approved this past week by council. Yesterday, we had our kickoff meeting with Community and Economic Development, Atlanta Regional Commission, as well as with the firm that is conducting the study, which is the collaborative firm. We discuss the boundaries for Old National District, what the first steps will be for the Livable Cities Initiative study as far as engaging the public. So public session schedules will be put together by the collaborative firm. It will be virtually as well as in person for everyone to participate in the revisioning sessions. The Main Street programs were also featured on the Downtown Association's social media pages. So we were proud to actually have that feature. It was really big for our area to announce that we have our Main Street programs in both districts. We're up and going. We have activity going on. They announced all the holiday activity that was going on in both districts as well. So we were excited to see that they shared the information with other communities across the state of Georgia. Holiday on Old National, as Mr. Pike discussed, we are also hosting a storefront decorating contest. We have about 5 businesses participating in the contest, and we've had about 200 to 300 votes with the businesses. We also, there's a $1,000 cash prize as well for the winning business with the most likes on our social media pages. We're promoting on Facebook as well as Instagram. We participated in Old National Merchants Association toy drive. I believe the toy drive is still going on. You have until December 23rd to actually drop off toys at Diamond Hall Event Center. We also kicked off I Shop Old National campaign on Small Business Saturday. So I went around to all the businesses and actually got information about any promotions or any new services that they would like to share with the community to get people out to shop on Old National. So I featured these businesses on our social media pages with "'Tis the Season to Shop Old National, Shop OD, OND." And so they were really excited to be featured and to get information out about their businesses, and to also have us to encourage people to come on Old National to shop. And to incentivize that, we are offering the I Shop Old National contest, where you're able to win $500 in a drawing, as well as that business will win $500. So that's another $1,000 offer that we're giving with the Main Street program. And you know, who wouldn't be excited to get paid to shop? So the minimum is just $25 purchase on Old National. We also partner with Fit Gym that is located in Tri-County Station Plaza on the corner of Old National and Jonesboro Road, with Christmas on the corner. And I have a little bit of video for that. The weather was not in our favor that day. We had to move the event inside, but we had a great turnout with the community coming out. We sponsored a photo booth with Santa. So the kids enjoyed having Santa on Old National and actually taking pictures with them. We had about 10 vendors to participate. So we were really excited to partner with them on this event. There, like I said, it was an enjoyable option to actually shop small again on Old National. And we were excited to also welcome Sugarberry Sweet Shop. They are located in the Tri-County Station Plaza, just opened their doors about a month ago. They also participated in the Christmas on the Corner event as a vendor. They have a great selection of personalized treats that are made fresh daily. They are participating in the Shop Small, I Shop Old National contest as well. So we were excited to welcome them to the corridor. Again, if you have any questions, please follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Old National District. We're giving updates of what's going on the corridor and activities and then events as well that we share. Thank you.
Thank you, Teresa. A lot of exciting stuff. And the great thing is to see all of the merchants getting involved again on Old National. So great job for the work that you've done on that Old National corridor.
Thank you.
It's equally exciting to see. And thank you for participating in the toy drive. And again, you do have time to still get toys to Diamond Hall to support families during the Christmas holidays. All right, and Mr. Pike, we're going to turn it back over to you for development and project updates. Please.
Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 second. Teresa, if you can stop sharing your screen. All right, here we go. Just real quickly, just wanted to give some updates on projects that we've had some discussions with the DDA before. The Riverfront District project is the 200-acre development that's going to on the banks of the Chattahoochee River. They're in the process of putting together dates to do their community input sessions so that they can then begin putting together what the project's going to look like. They hope to kick off those community input meetings in January. So we would encourage the public and everyone listening and everyone that's on this call to look out for those dates. We'll definitely be pushing them out through the city and through some of our other avenues that we get information out to the public so that we can get as much feedback as possible for that project. But that is potentially a very exciting project for the city and could really be transformative and address a lot of the things that citizens have said that they want to see in the city of South Fulton. So we're excited to see that project moving forward. We actually had a meeting with the project team yesterday and where we laid out kind of getting public input for this particular project. And Project Savior, again, that project we talked about in the inducement resolution, so I don't really have any more updates for that project other than there were some comments about who was doing this project. This project is in conjunction with Spread the Word Ministry, which is a church that is already on Washington. And so we are partnering to help get them to have a quality development there in the Roosevelt area, the Red Oak area. on Washington Road. And then just the Cedar Grove and South Fulton Parkway, we talked about this at our last meeting. There's no real updates other than they're going to be working to do their community input as well for this project so that citizens can have input on what is that project is going to look like. But we're excited that to have a quality developer that is involved in that project, and look forward to seeing some positive things moving forward from that in the near future. So that concludes all of my project updates at this time, Madam Chair, and I'll entertain any questions from the board if they have any. Madam Chair, you're muted.
We're having fun with this mutes today. I'm telling you. Look like there's no questions from the board at this time. We'll move right into the TAD from Fulton County School System Update and the tax allocation
Yes, ma'am.
district policy.
Yes, ma'am. For the just for the knowledge of the folks that are on the call, when we created the tax allocation districts, we had to do a TAD redevelopment plan. And in that plan, you have to identify the official redevelopment agency for the city that will manage pretty much the TADs. And in that resolution, the mayor and council have selected the Downtown Development Authority to be the redevelopment arm that will be managing the tax allocation districts on behalf of the city. And so we will give monthly reports about the status of the TAD and things that are going on. We have at this time have gotten the redevelopment plan in front of the school system and the Fulton County government. We are still working on fine-tuning the responses for the Fulton County school system. We hope to have that to them in January to get them to then put before their board for concurrence to participate in the tax allocation district. We've had some dialogue with Fulton County government, and they anticipate having it on the February 2022 agenda for the Fulton County commissioners to vote and to determine if they're going to participate. And so for the just for everyone's knowledge, the TADs, there's 3 government entities that participate or can participate in a tax allocation district. The city, obviously, by nature of establishing the tax allocation districts, have allocated their portion of the tax increment to the TAD. Then we have to get concurrence from the school system and the county for them to participate as well. So that is what the process that we're working through at this time. And so we are in the process of moving that forward and making sure that we can get those concurrent so that we can move forward with that. And so with that, I'll answer any questions from the board.
I think everyone is unmuted. I don't have any questions at this time. All right, with that said, we'll go right into our upcoming events. And I think that will answer with the upcoming events some of the several of the questions in the chat.
Yeah, so there's I guess just for the sake of some of the questions that we're getting. So when we do project updates to the DDA, these are projects that are that have been either presented to the DDA and just projects that we're getting updates on, or they're projects that we have been given permission for public consumption. And so there are projects that are on the agenda because those projects either have not been submitted to the DDA for us to discuss, or there may be projects that never come to the DDA because they're not something that developer wants to to utilize the DDA from. So our project discussions are things that are specific to the DDA, not necessarily just projects going on in the city as a whole. So that's why we don't have all the projects that are currently being worked on in the city on our agenda. We're only focused on things that are under the purview of the DDA. I just wanted to make that clarification. Madam Chair, you're muted.
I should not be muted. I don't know. We have a Christmas ghost, a Christmas Scrooge or something playing around with the mute buttons today. With that, we'll move into our upcoming events.
Yes, I would encourage everyone. We're going to kick off our Facts and Snacks series again in January, and that's kind of just a economic development 101, things that are going on in general in economic development. And it's really a great opportunity for people to come out and ask questions about what's going on in economic development. A lot of times these forums, these official meetings don't allow for dialogue back and forth. So when we have public comment, we hear comments from individuals who make comments, but it's not where we're going to enter into a dialogue and give back and forth during the public comment. So Facts and Snacks would be a great opportunity for folks that are on this call that have a lot of questions. They can come and ask their questions in a public forum and get some, thoughtful response to their questions, because that will allow us more opportunity to do that. So please put that on your calendar. Keep a lookout. We'll be announcing the location of where the first one will be, and we encourage the public to participate in these opportunities to hear about what's going on in the city.
All right. And I'll say this too. I'm thankful to have Christopher Pike. I am unmuted, right?
You are unmuted this time.
Have Christopher Pike as the gatekeeper for these Zoom calls, because after every agenda point, I would be asking questions and open it up for questions. So we're continuing to grow in our roles as board members. And so we're still excited about and open to learning all that we can so that we can serve our community well. So we really appreciate you, Mr. Pike.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the vote of confidence.
Absolutely. Did you discuss National Entrepreneurial Week? Did you want to go into any of that? Or
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
And so what we want to do is make sure that as many times as possible, we get public plugged in on these events and make sure that the board themselves are plugged in. So our economic development site tour, we'll be doing a bus tour in February of 10th. And that's where we bring in real estate folks, investors, developers, board members. Some of you all participate. The public is also welcome to participate. And we have a bus. We bring everyone to City Hall. We have lunch. We do a presentation about economic development in the city of South Fulton, and we put everybody on a bus. And then we go to different locations throughout the city to talk about development potentials and some of the things that the residents would like to see in certain areas throughout the city. We found that those have been very beneficial to the city. Usually after we have one of these tours, we get half a dozen meetings set up where various things are discussed, and then folks go out and figure out if they want to continue to do something in the city. So we've had a lot of productive results from that 200-acre development on Chattahoochee River that I was talking about earlier in my update. That was a project that came about because of one of these bus tours. So they have been very beneficial for the city. And then our National Entrepreneurship Week is just an opportunity for us to celebrate and recognize our entrepreneurs in our community. And so we'll be doing a week of events that will feature our small businesses and entrepreneurs in our city. And so we're excited to have a festive week that will include members of the DDA, and obviously there'll be public opportunities to participate in various events that we'll do over the course of that week. And so, Madam Chair, with that, You are unmuted, and that concludes my report.
I don't think everybody heard me in the beginning. I said I wanted to come on the call festive today, so I put my red beret on and my Christmas colors, my holiday colors. And certainly we want to keep our Zoom meetings upbeat and filled with information and productivity. So I really appreciate, again, Dan McCray. He is certainly my hero. And
You're
Christopher Pike. And Dan is muted as well, so I don't feel so bad. All right, so we will open it up for public comments and 2 minutes each.
Yes, ma'am. Madam Chair, just want to say for those that would like to make a public comment, we'll just ask you to unmute yourself, just give your name and address. And then if you have questions, we won't be addressing questions during public comment directly. If you want to send us an email, I'll put my information in the chat if you want more information about something specific. Or if you would like to set up a meeting to talk with us, we'll be happy to do that as well. But the public comment is just for you to provide basically your comment to the board so that they will know what the will of the citizens are. I have a timer, and so Madam Chair, when you're ready, we can start the public comment.
Okay, and I am ready. And there is a feature where you can raise your hand if you have a question.
I see that Councilwoman Gilliard has her hand raised.
Okay. Councilwoman Gilliard.
Okay. I just want to let everyone know that I am so looking forward to being a citizen. In 2 weeks, I will be a citizen, and I will be really, really happy to be in that role. And I do intend to continue to come to these meetings because I'm really, really concerned about economic development in our city and hoping that our economic development will be different, that it will be creative, and we will bring something new to the area that lets everyone know that tag of South Fulton is the place to really be. So I'm really, really looking forward to that, and you will constantly see me in the community. So thank you so much.
And we thank you as well. We thank you for your service to the city of South Fulton. And we're looking forward to continued work with you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else? Feel free.
Hello, my name is Gloria Williams, and I'm a resident of District 2, and I apologize. I couldn't figure out how to raise my hand on the Zoom platform.
That's okay.
But I do have a couple of comments, and thank you so much, everyone, for your work and your service as a resident. I know it's, we need good advocacy because we care about our homes and our families and our friends and our community. I was disappointed that more wasn't discussed in detail about the projects that people want to see. And I know that, well, at least since I've been a resident in the city of South Fulton for the last 4 years, I've been here for over 20 years, but I've attended numerous events where residents have expressed what they want to see in the way of commercial and residential development. And it's to the point where you could, you should have it memorized. But, and I admit this is my first development meeting, But I was hoping, especially since we know that we have a developer who's a quality developer who's bringing a quality project to the city of South Fulton, that at least it would be discussed. You know, the things that were discussed were very nice, but, you know, not necessarily reflecting the will of the people. People want to see better, more diverse retail, more diverse restaurants, office space, professional office space, medical facilities. They want to see quality development. And I think any opportunity to bring that should take precedent over some of the items that we constantly hear being discussed. That's just my thinking.
Thank you, Ms. Williams.
And Ms. Williams, thank you for joining. And certainly, I think it would be beneficial. It was enlightening for me to take the tour with the developers and the realtors and the brokers and the community a couple months ago. And I think it would be beneficial if you would be a part of that and to get some of those questions answered about what's coming, because it's very exciting. And I think even some of the developers were surprised at what they saw on the bus tour about South Fulton, because, you know, there's been a stigma about it, but to see that we have so much promise and potential in South Fulton, I think that's going to be really great to see. So thank you for your comments and for joining today. Did we have any more comments, comments rather? If not, I'm going to open it up for the board for any questions, comments, or concerns.
Well, I'd like to say that I'm just impressed. I'm glad to serve here. I'm glad for the leadership of Mr. Pike and Mr. McRae, but for all of the commitment and the dedication that all of you show, whether it's council folks or citizens, regular citizens and residents, and particularly the board members. I'm excited about your being excited. So want to wish everybody happy holidays and look forward to, you know, real prosperity. And I agree with the comment from Ms. Williams that, you know, a lot of things are on the drawing board. Some were discussed here, and I think others will be discussed in other forums. But I'm excited about the opportunities we have, and also bringing them to fruition. The Main Street programs are really exciting, and I think it's really hands-on, which is what we need to get the businesses and the residents involved. So happy holidays, everybody. Looking forward to a prosperous 2022.
Okay, comments from any other board members? Okay, if not, our next meeting is, and Don, thank you for those comments. And I echo the happy holidays and looking forward to great things happening in 2022. Our next meeting is scheduled January 21st, 2022. And are there any items for the future agenda, Christopher?
I just wanted to make one comment before we close out the meeting. I just wanted to, again, to wish everybody a happy holidays. We won't see each other before Christmas comes. And so just wanted to say happy holiday, and it's a joy and a pleasure to work with you all, and excited for what's going to be happening in 2022. I just want to say that, you know, that when the residents speak, we do listen, and we are working on a lot of things. And I think that, you know, as Ms. Williams pointed out that we should be able to regurgitate this stuff in our sleep, and I assure you I do. So we understand the mission, and we are moving forward in that direction. So, but again, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's to everyone that I won't see before January.
Same here. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and thanks for including me. It's been an exciting morning. Good to see everybody.
Thank you, everyone. With that being said, we will adjourn the meeting until January 21st, 2022. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we look forward to next year.
Madam Chair, you need to take a motion to adjourn the meeting.
All righty. We're super excited today. I will entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting today.
So moved. I beat Don.
I'll second that motion.
All right, it has been moved and second that we will adjourn the meeting for December 17th, 2021. We look forward to great things happening in 2022, and everyone have a great holiday.
Agree. Happy holidays to everybody.
Madam Chair, you got to carry the motion. She's ready to go. She's like, I got stuff to do.
All right, it has been moved. Oh, we have to get a vote.
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. I think that's everybody. I think they're ready. Everybody's ready to go.
All right. Take care, everybody.
All right. Take care.
Take care, everyone.